All right, and happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Welcome to this Q&A live stream. So today is Friday, March 17th of 2023. So obviously today is St. Patrick's Day, obviously. So we're going to give people a couple of minutes to join, and then we will get started with our little discussion tonight. So I haven't really been doing a lot of these, although I'm starting to try and do them more frequently. It's again pretty difficult with school, but the last one seemed to do very well. So I wanted to go ahead and extend the opportunity once again to go ahead and do a live stream talking about different things this week and what's going on and stuff. And I think we're going to give people a couple. I mean, we just started the stream, so again, it is going to take some time to, or rather, some time for people to join, unless there happens to be another stream going down right now, which that is quite possible. Or a lot of people are also out. It is St. Patrick's Day, so I can't really blame them personally. But yeah, I've just been, I know, really major plans, but I'm just happy to be here. So we'll give people a couple minutes to go ahead and join. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, so if there's not a whole lot of traffic, like in the next couple of minutes, I'll probably stop it. But it is a Friday, so I'm hoping that we get a couple people on here. So, anyways, yeah, sometimes with these streams, it's a hit or miss. Sometimes I get it at a good time, and sometimes it's like a dead time. But yeah, we'll give people a couple of minutes to go ahead and join the stream. So, sorry, just blinking my eyes there for a second. Hmm. Wow, I didn't pick such a great time to do a stream, I guess. Oh, okay, there's a couple people joining. Okay, that's a good thing. So I'll start engaging with people as soon as people start, you know. Well, of course, the big news today was J.C. Penney in Austintown, Ohio. It was just announced today, like literally, like 9 hours ago, that J.C. Penney would be shutting down their store in Austintown, Ohio, in September of 2023. They ended the lease, and the lease rather expired more so, and they're not renewing it, and as a result, they're going to be closing. I believe SB360 is expected to be the liquidator for the store. It was like it was a coffin, and then they subdivided it when J.C. Penney moved in. So yeah, that's now closing. Uh, okay, that's good. I'm glad to hear. No, but from what I'm hearing, at least online, is apparently the stock price, their shares are down completely. So they're definitely in some deep crap. Um, there's supposed to be some kind of announcement, I think, in April of some sorts. I think that's when they're supposed to be announcing something big. I just don't know when or what they're going to announce, but I think it's really the end for Bed Bath and Beyond. Um, so yeah, that's what's going on with that. And then Sears right now is not going through any crazy liquidations. I mean, unless if you count Hoffman Estates liquidating their the headquarters, they're still liquidating it to this day. The Harmons wrapped up about 2 weeks ago, so there's not really much else to say, pretty much, other than that. Yeah, no, there's no future. I mean, the shares are at the less than $1.25. In fact, as long as I have you guys on here, let's take a look right now at Bed Bath and Beyond stock price. So pretty much Hudson's Bay, with no relation to Hudson's Bay Company, They were supposed to save Bed Bath and Beyond, but if we take a look at the stocks, the stocks, we actually have a stocks application on here, which is very nice on a Mac. I'm actually going to go ahead and show you guys. I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and take a look here. This is the. I want to actually share my screen. See settings here. Hang on. Trying to find it. Sorry, give me 1 second. I'll present. Share screen. You want to do. Okay. This is what I wanted to share with you guys. So I think you can see it on my end here. Okay. All right. So my face disappeared. Okay. So what we're looking at right now is the share price for Bed Bath and Beyond. So if we go to, oh wow, okay. We want at least 1 week. So just under a week ago, Bed Bath and Beyond shares were here. Now, pretty much what Hudson's Bay's requirements were is that your shares need to be above 1.25. And in this case, just under a week ago, that's where shares were. But then shares kept falling and they kept falling and falling and falling. And now they're just under to 1.0. So this company is pretty much done. There is no future, especially with the way that this is looking. And this is just a week. This is just a week. Let's go even further back and look at a month. So they were doing okay here, but you can see it's just, funding isn't going to help the situation at Bed Bath and Beyond. And unfortunately, the inevitable is going to happen. After the fact, at whenever they make that announcement, of course. So, but yeah, that's Bed Bath and Beyond. Hi, Alex. I'm doing very good, Mohammed. Thanks. Yeah, I've heard about Roxton. Unfortunately, the timing for me with all that, I was considering studying abroad because, I went from Florham to Bergen, down to Metro, but by the time I had gotten done in the whole pandemic and everything, studying abroad just didn't make a lot of sense for me at that point. Yes, I know. I'm so happy. I'm so happy about that. Hi, Karam Jad. Hi, Ultra Eric. How are you? Okay, good. So there is people joining. All right. So what else is new? Oh yeah, Barnes and Noble in Paramus is shutting down tomorrow. Yeah, they had the cafe closed last Saturday, but tomorrow is actually the last day of operation for that Barnes and Noble location. They are moving into the old Big Lots, or the Big Lots is moving into the Bed Bath and Beyond. There's a lot of weird stuff that's going on there. So yeah, that's happening tomorrow. What else is going on? Oh, Tuesday morning is what's it called? Is closing. I still have to get to Midland Park. Yes, I'm probably gonna go next week at some point. I just don't know when. Again, it's a thrift store, so it's not like it's an interesting destination. I'm really just going to ride the elevator, but yeah, it's the only Tuesday morning in the state, and I'd like to pop my head in before it goes away. So yeah, but I already went to Barnes and Noble in Paramus like in January. I happened to I had like a doctor's appointment in that area, and it was on the way back, and it worked out nicely, where I was able to pop my head in there and take a final ride on the elevator and escalators. Tuesday morning, at least the one in Jersey only has like a set of stairs, but it has an Otis Series one, so I'll definitely have to take a ride on it. Even though there's a bunch of them in my area, it's a Tuesday morning and it's a store. Yes, I know about the Target. Yes, there's a whole. I did a whole video on the 4 Target stores closing. One's in Virginia, one is in Maryland, one is in Minnesota, and another's in Philadelphia. It's pretty blatantly obvious of why they're closing. I'm not about to elaborate. You do a quick Google search, and it's pretty obvious of why the stores are closing. So No, not at the moment, which surprises me. However, they're still liquidating their HQ, so no other closings right now. Typically, you get posted on Sears Careers unless we get one of those like very abrupt closures where they just terminate the lease. But all the stores are pretty much up for sale at this point. With and let me just discuss something about Kmart Kendall Lakes, Miami. That thing, don't get me wrong, but what an absolute embarrassment. I mean, if things couldn't get worse for Eddie Lampert and him destroying Kmart, the Kendall Lakes, Miami thing, and I get it with the social media and the marketing, they're trying, and you know what? I'm glad they are embracing social media. The problem is it's not, across like different platforms, and it's not being done by the company. It's really just being ran by the employees, which is sad. It should really be like a company thing, but we all know what Eddie Lampert and his goons want. They just want to milk on the real estate, and even if it means keeping that Kmart open until the thing expires, then they're going to do it unless they get another tenant in there. So, but that's the sad reality of Sears and Kmart. Still waiting on Newport. They still have not announced yet its closing. It's amazing it's lasted this long, but apparently the building got sold. So at this point now, they're just waiting for a tenant to sign on, and then that's the end of that Sears location. And then Kmart in Bridgehampton, I believe they're subdividing one tiny little part of the Kmart store. And then Westwood, there's a rumor going around that a medical facility has their eyes on it, but nothing has been confirmed yet about that. So, oh, okay. That's a comic book store. That's nothing significant. I heard the Nyack buildings are doing some elevator modernizations. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Hi, Karam Jad. Hi, Ultra Eric. Um, okay, good. Yeah. Oh, if you've okay. It's not a bad campus. It's definitely for me. It's definitely a good day trip. Like I went. I definitely want to see. I definitely would like to take one more day trip to FDU Forum just to walk the campus one last time. I don't know how. I mean, I don't know how a security guard would kick you out, especially since if you bought something, you're considered a patron, unless you were too loud, or something. Then I could see them getting mad. But if you're patronage and you bought something, you should go to you should talk to management about that. Yeah, it's one thing if you're loitering, then I could see why they might get pissed. But I mean, if you bought a Shamrock Shake or McFlurry, whatever you want to call it, then security really does not have the authority to kick you out. I mean, you paid money for an item, you know. I mean, unless you were like laughing and customers are complaining, then okay. But it depends on the situation, I guess. Retail has gone bankrupt. Yeah, a lot of it has for sure. Yes. Oh, that's right. The four of them. Yeah, that sounds about right for those Macy's stores. That definitely sounds about right. Hi, I love elevators. How are you? What else do we have going on here? What else is closing? Yeah, and then obviously the J.C. Penney's that are being liquidated. So if we look realistically, J.C. Penney closings right now, three of them are closing in May, and one of them is closing in September. And that's again that fourth one's closing because of the lease agreement. I guess Simon and Brookfield didn't want to hold off to them. There are a total of 504 Macy's stores left in the United States. So yeah, that makes sense. I know. One of these days when I have the when I have the time, I definitely want to go to Bend, Oregon. It's funny you bring that up. I was actually looking at flights earlier just out of curiosity to go to the nearest airport of Bend. I have to go through like Salt Lake or Denver or even Phoenix, Arizona. It's not easy to get out there, and Portland is. I mean, if they're losing Walmarts, it's not a safe place to be. Yeah, Portland has been in the news a lot because of the whole, Oregon, organized areas or whatever they want to call it. By September, there'll be 663 JCPenney stores left in the United States. Yep. Although that number is probably going to continue to go down as the years go on, as they right size their footprint, it seems. But yeah, so what else do we have going on here? Well, there's probably a lot of foot traffic there, I'm sure. I mean, it's McDonald's and it's in New York City. It's not yeah, though those McDonald's stores, especially in New York City, tend to get packed pretty quickly, especially during like the lunch hour when someone just needs something quick and they have to get back to work. So I can't blame them for that. 600. Yeah, that's interesting. Um, what else? What else is going on? Washington Prime Group is selling a bunch of malls, from what I heard, but none around here. I think they sold Brunswick Square. I think somebody else now owns Brunswick Square. I don't know who owns it, but I think they sold it. I'm not sure. They might have sold it. Let me see. Brunswick. I think somebody else owns it now. Yeah. I haven't been to Brunswick Square in a long time. It's a mall I've been meaning to get back to. Well, what what I'm saying, what did they kick you out for? Was it because you were being loud? I mean, there's a reason to there's a read that you have to have I mean, not logic necessarily, but I mean, what was the reason why you got kicked out? Yes, I've gotten kicked out of places. But yeah, those had reasons behind it, and I left when I was told to leave. But I don't, it's not like you were. I mean, if I mean, I don't know what the issue was. You're not explaining the issue right. Yes, Best Buy is closing stores. What else? Sorry, I'm just I'm a little tired, so I'm trying to do this the best way possible I can. So yeah, but I don't think it was necessarily. All I barely heard was is that I had to give the customers a chance due to limited seating. Kmart in Belleville is still vacant, by the way. Okay, I would love to see an image of this McDonald's in downtown Flushing. I think you should complain to management because that's not okay. I don't care what a security guard says. You're a patronage and you paid for your food. So what you should do is you should call, not now, but call the McDonald's first thing in the morning, tell them what your situation was, and say, if I hear this again, I'm going to take it up with upper management. I don't care if it's, um, it was limited seating. I'm like, you're not the manager. I'm a patronage. I bought a shake and I should have a right to. Okay, yeah, I definitely want to take a look at this. And I get it. I mean, look, it looks like it's a heavy traffic location. At least from what I'm seeing here on maps. Yeah, okay. You got the subway, you got the Long Island Railroad. Um, okay, so I kind of get it, but I mean, still, it doesn't make sense. And let me explain. It doesn't make sense for a security guard to, if you were sitting there enjoying your shake, I mean, that's just not okay, especially in the area that the McDonald's restaurant is in. You should definitely bring that up with corporate, or bring it up to, or even like call McDonald's 1-800 customer service number. It's small. Okay, it's small, but I don't know what a security guard would have a problem with. It's small. It's a typical New York McDonald's. I mean, I just don't know why a security guard would rise. I get it if the security guard should be more concerned about people maybe loitering and not paying for something. Then okay, that's what a security guard is there for. So, but I would definitely take that up with corporate and tell them the location, tell them exactly what happened, tell the manager to review the cameras and everything. That's how you have to do it. No, and listen, I'm not saying that, you weren't paying for anything. It's one thing if you weren't like buying anything in the store. But what I would do is I would say, listen, call the store, tell them you want to speak to the manager, tell them about your incident, tell them what time you were there, what time you had the shake, and then see if they can review any cameras. Trust me, then they can get that security guard in trouble and then say, listen, this gentleman spent money on a McFlurry, and it was not right for you to tell him to leave. It's not like he was goofing off. It's not like he wasn't, buying anything. He physically bought something, and if he's undertreated, then that's customer dissatisfaction. So I think you should really consider calling the McDonald's, explaining to them their situation, and make sure to take it up with the manager so that the manager can tell the guard that he was in the wrong, and maybe they can say next time you come back you get 50% off for your trouble. But I won't explain anything else on that. Six Big Up and Beyond. Yeah. In New Jersey, I think we only have like six or seven. Either Good Evening Kenneth Williams, Hi TBRPBY. Yeah, Subway. Yeah, the only Subway left now in my area is inside of Walmart. They closed a lot of Subways in my area. I still don't know how you were spanked at Lord and Taylor. Yeah, which is unfortunate. That's the one thing I dislike because what security guards love to do is they try to act like police officers. And I have no respect against the police. Sorry, let me rephrase that. I respect police officers. I 100% respect police officers. God bless them for putting their lives on the line for us. I have total respect for police officers. Absolutely, 100%. I back the blue. But what I don't respect is security guards would give me trouble. Police officers I 100% respect because they're there to enforce the law. That's their job and they're putting their lives on the line, and God bless them for that. And I respect them totally. Nothing against them. Yeah, Walmarts are getting different restaurants. It's not like uniform, but they're trying to diversify it, which I don't know why. Told me yesterday that the Jersey Shore outlets can enact the Market by Macy's, and then Macy's will dump the Monmouth Mall location. I don't necessarily think they would do that. I would think Market by Macy's would either go in the apartments and then they would close Macy's at Monmouth Mall before they would even think about doing Jersey Shore outlets. Yeah, and that closed sadly too. It became some really awful restaurant and it's nothing good now. Yep, it was where the Harmon closed too. That was the first Harmon I did a tour of. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Well, that's considered battery. I don't I that's not right. That person did not handle the situation right. They should have just told you to leave. Well, first of all, they took your property, number 1, which is wrong. The fact that they hit you, that's considered a battery assault in the I think in the 1st degree. Yeah, that's because something like this. I think so. Yeah. I thought Walmart hires their own security. Wow, they're using third-party companies? Oh, I guess they like doing it. And I still think you should take it up with them, but that's your choice. Mhm. Yeah, both of them replaced. That was an awful Subway too. I'm sorry about that. That was a garbage Subway for years. But then that became the Philadelphia Pretzel Factory, now it's 100 times better. The one on 17. White, blue, blue. Okay, yeah, that is an Allied Universal security guard, thing. Yes, I know, and then that's becoming Barnes& and Noble. I don't know where Big Lots is even gonna go. I think if Big Lots was smart, they would probably go consider the Raymore and Flanagan on Route 4, the furniture outlet, because they don't need 3 locations in the same town. Oh, you mean all the roads. Yeah, 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 yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah, those roads run very smooth now. Hi, BJ, Blue Shadow Transit. How are you? I haven't heard from you in a while. I've been seeing videos of the R211s. Those things run great. I want to ride one of those so badly now. I've ridden on a 160 and a 79. I want to ride a 211. Oh, Subway, 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 Subway. Subway. I don't know if you guys have seen Subway. Like, I'm actually gonna watch that after this stream now. Yeah, I'm getting my undergrad this year. Thank God. 2 more semesters this semester and then the fall semester after that. MEI. Yeah, I have not been to Grand Central Madison. Um, I've been to Grand Central Station. I haven't been to the Long Island Railroad concourse, but I hear it's really nice. Hello, Steve from Boston. Subway only uses 50% chicken and oh, 50%. I'm sorry, I thought that said clams. My bad. And claims that it is all natural chicken. Man, it's amazing what you can uncover, especially when you go undercover. No pun intended there. I'm actually just getting over a cold too, believe it or not. Yeah, I was. It was actually my spring break this week, but Not for me. I pretty much just did schoolwork, and I got over this nasty cold I had. It was very bad, but I'm finally starting to feel better, which is nice. So now that next week when I go back to school, I'll be, I'll be a lot better. That's for sure. Oh yes, Jared from Subway, Jared Fogle. Yes, Jared Fogle. Do you like Subway? Not really. I actually had it a few weeks ago. The quality definitely went down. I mean, when you have Jersey Mike's and Wawa, I mean, just better quality, better selection, like the more tasty sandwiches. Subway really just cut back on quality. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them there. Mandy closed their Wayne location. I'm not surprised. I don't even think we have any Mandy's anymore in my area. I think we've lost all of them. There's really no like major department store closings right now. I mean, really the only major closing right now. I mean, all the Harmons are done. I already went to Bed Bath and Beyond in Paramus. I don't think I'm gonna make it up to Ramsey. I personally don't care for that one. It was more important for me to get to the one in Paramus near IKEA because that's a pretty significant store for them. But I definitely want to try and get up to Tuesday morning. It's just Midland Park. It's not the closest thing, but I definitely want to try and get up there and pop my head in there. So yeah, and I think it already closed, or if not, it's closing at the end of this month. But I'm happy I went to the Galleria at White Plains when I did. No regrets, and it was great. I went with I think it was Fantech 0104. It was like four different things going away: Macy's, Sears, Bloomingdale's, and Lord and Taylor. Like it was like see like a trip like that where it's four department stores that you'll never get to step foot in again. That makes it all worth it. So I think yeah, March 2023. Yeah. So it's a shame. I think the mall had a lot of potential, but the problem was the competition. You had the Westchester not too far down the road, Sono Collection, which I guess didn't help the Galleria at White Plains. Um, what else? What else? What else? Oh, Galleria at White Plains. Yeah, it didn't help. I'm sorry. What the heck's the other one? Westchester's Ridge Hill. Oh, Cross County, I think definitely killed the Galleria at White Plains. Palisade Center to some extent. Nanuet. Yeah. So Arby's and Wendy's are merging. Oh, geez. Gotta see this. I thought they were always together. Oh, okay. Brunswick Square and Hamilton Mall and Livingston are the ones that are most shocked. Yes, I will 100% film Kmart in Westwood when it's closing. There hasn't been any plans on that Bloomingdale's, but I don't know if they would even consider that. They're definitely not closing. I mean, I will say this: Bloomingdale's is definitely not closing Short Hills because they actually just finished up a whole elevator project in there, so they're 100% committed to that store. Willowbrook, they're definitely keeping that one because that one got a renovation too, and definitely I mean, they poured a lot of money into the Shops Riverside Bloomingdale's. Bridgewater is one that's kind of on the edge. Um, So I don't know what's going to happen with that one. I think they're either going to close it or, like Mr. Williams said, they're going to turn it into a Bloomies, or they're going to put a Bloomies somewhere else in the mall. There's a lot that could happen with that store. But GNC, I'm not surprised. Mall rent is very high in Paramus. But as for Kmart and Westwood, absolutely, 100%. I will definitely go when it's closing. I mean, it's the last. Not only that, it's the last one in the well, I can't say the New York City area because Bridgehampton hasn't announced yet that they're closing, but it's like the last Kmart that has not yet been subdivided in the entire Kmart fleet. Abercrombie recently closed the Short Hills Mall. I'm not surprised personally. I'm sure they'll get like I'm sure they have a location in Willowbrook that probably does more numbers, and I'm sure, maybe Abercrombie goes to like Westfield, downtown Westfield or something. But I'm not surprised that that Abercrombie closed Short Hills. Short Hills Mall rent is very, very, very high. So I'm not surprised by that. And you know what's funny? I mean, the only tenant that's ever left the mall at Short Hills, if you know this, the only tenant that was stupid enough to say, "Oh, we're going to leave the mall at Short Hills in favor of American Dream," Saks Fifth Avenue. I mean, who the heck? I mean, I'm still scratching my head, thinking, why? Like, and it could have been, any tenant that left there. They're the only tenants. They were the only tenant dumb enough. And look at the spot they gave up. I mean, look at the spot they gave up in the mall. Riverside, I 100% get. You know, um, I 100% get them leaving. That Saks Fifth Avenue Riverside was a dump. It was a dump, and it needed to close. I 100% get why they closed that location. And look at what Simon did. They turned that whole spot around. You got an AMC, Cheesecake Factory, Barnes and Noble, and you got the gym on the lower level. So Simon really, I mean, Simon did exactly what they did with Roosevelt Field in Garden City and King of Prussia in Pennsylvania, and made it very nice. So my applause definitely go to Simon. That's for sure. I know about Forever 21. Michael Kors, I'm not shocked, I guess, because that's not exactly an upscale tenant. Um, GNC Mercantile. Yeah, again, rent's very high. I won't go to Bridgehampton. It's a bit of a drive for me. It's a little bit of a drive. If I was on Long Island and I, had the ability to make the trip out there, maybe. But I would rather much do Westwood because that Kmart is not being subdivided whatsoever, and it's a heck of a lot closer to me than going all the way out to Bridgehampton. Plus, it's actually the last Kmart to have an official Kmart sign now. So I'd much rather go there. It's much more worth it for me to make the trip to go there. That's just a sushi place. I'm not going to comment on that. Yes, Bloomingdale's and Bridgewater and Menlo Park are very important, but there's two stores that are in a tough spot and in a potential danger of closing, just given their geographical location. But I knew that Freehold was going to go first. I mean, I was thinking Menlo Park they should have closed, but I get it, distance to New York City, and Freehold unfortunately suffered that fate. And that was a nice freaking store too. I wish I had gotten to know Freehold a lot more. It sucks that it was only there twice. One time in 2013 because I think one of my relatives had some stupid convention down there, and then obviously I took the trip. What a pain in the ass it was. I had to go through Port Authority. It was not fun going through Port Authority. Let me tell you, Port Authority is a crap hole. It is a dumpster fire. I mean, there's just homeless all over the place, especially on 8th Avenue. Like once you get to 8th Avenue, you just see things and things and things of homeless. It's sad. It really is sad. But aside from that, yeah, it was pretty painful to get there. Oh yeah, and then I had to take an Uber. That was no fun either. But it was like the situation with that. It wasn't like I had 2 months. It wasn't like I had 3 months. I had 10 days to get on two buses to get down to Freehold. That's how like and obviously when I went in there, I had to wear a mask. No fun either. But what are you gonna do? I had 10 days to get in there just to see the store one last time. And let me tell you, it was pretty depressing walking through there. Like there was no music playing, which didn't help obviously, but it was like they did online fulfillment. It still felt like an online fulfillment store, and that's pretty much what it was till the end. So, but it's sad though that store closed, and then a lot of upscale tenants left after Nordstrom left. So you can see what kind of impact the department store has once they leave the mall. Um, you know, there was even a mall that had so many shootings that Apple just had to pull out of the mall. I think it was in like North Carolina or something. So department stores definitely play a key role in upscale shopping malls for sure. I mean, thankfully here in Jersey we have a decent, selection of upscale malls: Westfield Garden State Plaza, Willowbrook Mall, the Mall at Short Hills, Bridgewater Commons, What else? What else? What else? What else? There's also Rockaway to some extent, but et cetera, et cetera. Well, Macy's had different elevator contracts, so that's why. I don't think Kohl's is in danger of going out of business yet. Wow, 3 Journey stores in Paramus? Jeez, they'll probably close Paramus Park. No, Neiman isn't closing. Oh, the Bloomingdale's thing? Yeah, they are somewhat upscale. Yeah, but that's just because of different elevator contractors. That's why. That lasted for 40 years, something like that. Thank you. Wow, it's been going on for a long time now. So, Macy's will last longer than J.C. Penney. Sorry, I was just looking at something on my phone real quick. Hmm. I'm just trying to watch that video. Oh, so they're pulling a whatever the hell's in Lord and Taylor and Monmouth, pretty much. Oh, interesting. No, I think it's that better. I think it's whatever that other thing they installed in there. Yeah, but even that's like a joke, honestly. That sounds like a temporary tenant, and that's nothing to brag about either. So yeah, um, still a lot of you on here, but I'm actually getting pretty tired. I'm actually probably going to end this because it's been a long week for me. But despite being on break this week, I still had a lot of stuff I had to do for school, and I definitely want to get some shut eye because I have a long day tomorrow with St. Patrick's Day and everything. So got to do that tomorrow. But anyways, it was great seeing you all. I don't know when we're going to be able to do this again. It's really going to depend on the time and day and whatever's going on. But thank you guys for watching and take care. Have a good night and see you guys next time.